I'm struggling right now. I've gone through some big changes in my career and my life. Gotten rid of my agent, got rid of my first wife. I gave her everything. So I'm starting over from scratch. Just signed away everything in December.
For years, fans of Overhaulin have wondered, what really happened to Chip Foose? The man whose name became synonymous with jaw-dropping custom cars and televised automotive magic seemed to vanish from the spotlight, leaving only memories of his legendary builds. Rumors swirled online. Had he retired? Was the show over for good? Was there some scandal behind the scenes? The truth, as it turns out, is far less dramatic but far more inspiring. Chip Foose didn't disappear. He didn't retire quietly or step away in defeat. Instead, he pivoted, growing his influence behind the scenes while continuing to shape the car world in ways the cameras couldn't always capture. The fame of Overhaulin was just the surface. Beneath it, Foose has been running his design empire, mentoring young builders, unveiling award-winning vehicles, and even launching new ventures that push automotive innovation forward. What many didn't realize is that his career has never been tied to TV ratings or headlines. Chip Foose has been quietly building a legacy, literally and figuratively, one car, one design, and one public appearance at a time. The man we thought we knew from the show is still very much alive, still creating, and still transforming the way we see custom cars. The real story of Chip Foose isn't about fading from the public eye. It's about the relentless drive that keeps him at the forefront of automotive design, even decades long before Overhaulin made Chip Foose a household name. He was already carving out a reputation in the automotive world, one built on precision, imagination, and relentless dedication. Born into a family of car enthusiasts, Foose grew up sketching vehicles while most kids were drawing cartoons. His father's influence was profound. Every spare moment involved cars. Whether restoring, building, or simply talking about design, Chip absorbed it all, learning not only how cars functioned, but how they could look, feel, and inspire awe. By the time he reached adulthood, Foose had developed a style all his own, a blend of sleek curves, flawless lines, and attention to detail that would eventually become his signature. He wasn't just a mechanic or fabricator. He was an artist. Every car he touched became a canvas, every panel a brushstroke. Yet, even with extraordinary talent, the road wasn't easy. The automotive industry demanded connections, money, and timing, and while Foose had talent in spades, he still had to navigate doors that didn't open easily. His first major breakthrough came when he joined the legendary Boyd Coddington team, one of the most influential hot rod shops in America. Under Coddington's guidance, Foose honed his craft, learning to turn raw concepts into show-stopping realities. He began winning awards and gaining recognition in custom car magazines, solidifying his place among the top designers of his generation. Still, the work was relentless. Late nights, endless revisions, and the pressure to create perfection were constants. Then came Overhaulin. The show catapulted Foose into mainstream fame, transforming him from an industry insider into a national icon. Suddenly, millions were watching as he redesigned ordinary cars into extraordinary works of art, often revealing them to unsuspecting owners in moments of shock and joy. The fame was thrilling, but it also came with challenges. Public attention intensified scrutiny, and every detail was judged not just by experts, but by fans with high expectations. The pressure to consistently produce jaw-dropping builds became enormous. Yet behind the cameras, Chip's world was more than television. While many assumed he had made it and could slow down, he was busier than ever. His company, Foose Design Inc., became a hub for innovation, blending artistry with engineering to create vehicles that pushed the boundaries of custom design. Each project required meticulous planning, hundreds of hours of work, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. Fame may have introduced him to the public, but his reputation was built in the garage, where he could control every curve, every weld, and every detail. Over time, the perception of Chip Foose as simply the TV personality from Overhaulin began to misrepresent the reality. He didn't vanish from the public eye because of scandal or failure. The show's breaks and platform changes made him less visible to casual fans. But in the automotive world, he remained a powerhouse, winning awards, mentoring young builders, and leading groundbreaking projects. Behind the scenes, he was shaping the future of car design, influencing a new generation while maintaining the artistic, integrity that had made him famous. Even as appearances on television became less frequent, Foose stayed committed to the craft that defined him. Every car that left his shop reflected decades of experience, a lifetime of passion, and a refusal to compromise. Fame had opened doors, but skill and dedication kept them from closing. For Chip Foose, the true measure of success was never ratings or headlines. It was excellence, innovation, and the ability to inspire awe in every vehicle he touched. What many fans didn't see was the relentless drive behind the man in front of the camera. Chip Foose didn't disappear after Overhaulin ended. He continued to work tirelessly, creating, mentoring, and transforming ordinary metal into rolling masterpieces. Fame was fleeting, but his influence and the cars he created were enduring. A testament to a lifetime spent mastering the art of design. In other words, the Chip Foose we loved on television was just the beginning. The real story, the one that fans often missed, was happening quietly behind the scenes, in the shop with every weld, every sketch, and every perfectly polished car. Later, as Overhaulin continued to capture the public's imagination, Chip Foose found himself navigating the complicated balance between celebrity and craftsmanship. The cameras made him famous, but they also created misconceptions about the man behind the builds. Fans assumed that the television spotlight reflected the totality of his career, yet the truth was far more intricate. Chip's life revolved not around ratings or publicity, but around the artistry and precision that had defined him long before the show aired. Even at the height of Overhaulin's popularity, Foose remained intensely private about his personal life. While viewers marveled at the transformations he created on camera, few understood the level of planning, problem-solving, and sheer labor that went into each build. A reveal that looked effortless on television often represented hundreds of hours of design, welding, fabrication, and fine-tuning. Foose approached each project like a sculptor, shaping metal and imagination alike into something that could elicit awe in anyone who saw it. The constant public attention brought pressures he hadn't anticipated. Fans expected perfection, and the cameras amplified every detail, both good and bad. Each episode added to the myth of Chip Foose the TV star, obscuring the reality of Chip Foose the craftsman. Behind the scenes, he was still grinding, still sketching, still iterating designs, still mentoring young builders who would become the next generation of automotive talent. He understood that his influence extended far beyond the show, and he took that responsibility seriously. During this period, Foose also began expanding his business. Foose Design Inc. became more than a garage. It became a hub for innovation, bringing together engineers, fabricators, and designers who shared his vision. From concept sketches to completed vehicles, each build was a testament to precision, creativity, and dedication. Awards followed, but they were a byproduct, not a goal. For Chip, the real reward was seeing a vision executed flawlessly, a car that could leave people speechless. Not just on television, but anywhere in the world. As the show's seasons slowed and eventually shifted platforms, casual viewers assumed Foose had stepped away from the industry. In reality, he was busier than ever. He appeared at car shows, participated in conventions, and launched collaborations that pushed automotive design into new territory. Television exposure had opened doors, but the heart of his career remained in the workshop, where he could shape vehicles without compromise. His passion for innovation never waned, and the desire to inspire young designers kept him engaged in ways that cameras could not capture. Chip also began to focus on mentorship. He understood that fame and skill were not enough without a commitment to the future of the craft. Through workshops, speaking engagements, and personal guidance, he nurtured aspiring designers, passing on knowledge accumulated over decades. To Foose, this was as important as any award or television appearance. The vehicles he created would eventually become exhibits and highlights, but the people he trained would carry his legacy forward, ensuring that his influence persisted far beyond his own hands. Behind the public persona, there was a man driven by dedication and curiosity. Chip Foose wasn't defined by a show's schedule or by the fleeting attention of fans. He was defined by the relentless pursuit of excellence, the integrity of his designs, and the lives he touched through his craft. Every car told a story not just of speed or style, but of patience, vision, and unyielding effort. By the end of this era, it was clear Foose had never truly left the automotive world. He had merely shifted the spotlight from television to the workshop, where his impact would last far longer than any season of Overhaulin. Fans might have feared he had disappeared, but the truth was that Chip Foose had always been exactly where he needed to be, creating, mentoring, and inspiring the automotive community in ways that would endure for decades. His journey was never about celebrity. It was about legacy. And for Chip Foose, that legacy was only just beginning to unfold. One meticulously crafted car at a time. Years after the cameras stopped rolling on Overhaulin, Chip Foose's influence in the automotive world has only grown, even if mainstream audiences don't see it every week. The man who once stunned millions with on-camera car makeovers has quietly expanded his reach, proving that true legacy isn't built on fleeting fame, it's built on dedication, innovation, and impact. Foose Design, Inc., his Huntington Beach-based workshop, remains the heart of his career. Here, Foose and his team of designers, engineers, and fabricators tackle projects that push the boundaries of custom car design. From one-of-a-kind hot rods to award-winning show cars, each project demonstrates the exacting standards that have become synonymous with his name. Unlike the television world, where editing condenses months of work into 30-minute episodes, the workshop is a space where process, precision, and patience dictate the outcome. It's here that Chip continues to shape the automotive landscape. Not for applause, but for the art of it, even as he maintains his own company. Foose has embraced mentorship in a way that defines his impact beyond vehicles. He takes young designers under his wing, teaching them not just technical skills, but also the philosophy of design, the idea that a car should not only move and function, but evoke emotion. Foose knows that his legacy will live on not just in the cars he builds, but in the people he inspires. Many of his protégés have gone on to become prominent figures in the custom car industry themselves, spreading his influence far beyond Huntington Beach. Public appearances, though less frequent than during the Overhaulin era, are still a significant part of his life. Chip attends car shows, conventions, and exhibitions around the world, sometimes unveiling his own creations, other times celebrating the work of his team. These appearances remind fans that he has never truly left the scene. He's simply evolved from TV personality to industry icon. Chip has also collaborated on automotive products, design partnerships, and performance ventures, proving that his creativity extends far beyond the walls of his workshop. Yet perhaps, the most striking aspect of Foose's post-Overhaulin career is his humility. Despite decades of success and international recognition, he remains deeply committed to the craft itself, not the celebrity it brings. Fame was a tool, not a goal. Awards, television appearances, and public acclaim are gratifying, but they have never been the measure of his worth. To Chip, the ultimate achievement is a car that exceeds expectation, a young designer who has learned something invaluable, or a client who sees their vision come to life exactly as imagined. Even casual fans who assumed he disappeared are often surprised to learn just how much he continues to accomplish. Chip Foose has not retired, nor has he slowed down. He is innovating, mentoring, and designing at a level that many of his early fans could not have imagined when he first stepped onto the Overhaulin stage. His influence stretches across generations and continents, leaving a mark that extends far beyond television ratings. The lesson in Chip Foose's journey is clear. Real impact is measured by the work you do when no one is watching, by the people you inspire, and by the standards you uphold long after the spotlight fades. While Overhaulin introduced millions to his talent, it is the ongoing work at Foose Design, the mentorship of young designers, and the consistent pursuit of excellence that define who he truly is. In the end, Chip Foose never disappeared. He simply chose to build his legacy quietly, meticulously, and profoundly. The cars, the awards, and the recognition are only surface-level symbols of a deeper truth. Chip Foose continues to shape the automotive world every day, leaving behind a body of work and a generation of designers that will carry his influence forward for decades to come. Today, Chip Foose stands as more than just a television icon. He is a living legend in automotive design, a figure whose influence stretches far beyond the cameras of Overhaulin. While the show gave millions a glimpse of his talent, it was merely the tip of an iceberg. Beneath that public image lies decades of innovation, mentorship, and relentless pursuit of perfection, a career that continues to thrive quietly. yet powerfully in the automotive world. Foose Design, Inc. remains the centerpiece of his life. From this Huntington Beach workshop, Chip and his team tackle projects that push boundaries, blending artistry and engineering to create vehicles that are not only functional but emotional experiences. Each car tells a story crafted with hundreds of hours of planning, precise fabrication, and the kind of attention to detail that has earned Foose countless awards, including multiple Ridler Awards, the industry's highest honor. For Chip, these accolades are gratifying, but they are never the end goal. The real reward is in the execution, the moment when vision becomes reality, and a car that once existed only on paper roars to life on the road. Beyond the garage, Chip continues to nurture the next generation of automotive designers. Through mentorship programs, workshops, and personal guidance, he passes on his philosophy. Design is not just about aesthetics, it is about storytelling, precision, and integrity. Many of his protégés have gone on to achieve recognition in their own right, carrying Foose's influence forward and ensuring that the art of custom automotive design continues to evolve. Foose has also expanded into collaborations and partnerships, applying his vision to automotive products, performance ventures, and high-profile projects that extend his reach even further. He remains a sought-after presence at car shows, conventions, and exhibitions worldwide, where fans and enthusiasts witness firsthand the skill, dedication, and passion that define him. Yet, despite all the attention and accolades, Chip remains remarkably humble. Fame was a platform, not a destination, and he has never allowed it to overshadow the craft he loves. What sets Foose apart is not just his talent, but his relentless drive to innovate. He continues to challenge himself and his team to redefine what is possible in car design, blending classic inspiration with cutting-edge techniques. Each new project is approached with the same curiosity, patience, and perfectionism that marked his earliest days sketching cars as a child. Even decades into a celebrated career, the pursuit of excellence remains the constant, unwavering force behind every creation. For fans who worried that Chip Foose had disappeared after Overhaulin, the truth is the opposite. He has never stopped building, mentoring, or inspiring. What changed is the platform. The work is no longer condensed into 30-minute television segments, but it continues with the same dedication and artistry as ever. The legacy he is creating is not fleeting. It is enduring. Every car, every designer he influences, every innovation that leaves his workshop is a testament to a lifetime devoted to the craft. Ultimately, Chip Foose's story is one of quiet, lasting impact. He is not defined by television appearances or fleeting fame, but by the artistry, mentorship, and vision that continue to shape the automotive world. From the studio lights of Overhaulin to the hum of machinery in his workshop, Foose remains committed to excellence, proving that true legacy is measured not by who notices you, but by the lives you touch and the work you leave behind. Chip Foose didn't vanish. He evolved. And in doing so, he continues to inspire, innovate, and transform the world of custom cars. One meticulously crafted,